maybe it's not fair. The prequels came out after the original trilogy. And in those 3 movies, it almost seems like George Lucas foreshadowed the fate that was going to befall Darth Vader. In fact, one of the elements of Star Wars that has bothered me over the years was the death of Darth Maul. I felt that he was a magnificent villain, scary, and then in 2 parts, both falling down a shaft. Qui-Gon is dead. It was an incredibly disappointing experience, especially to find out he wasn't going to be returning for the sequel. But according to an article on ScreenRant.com, the villains of Star Wars are each a part of Darth Vader and herald Anakin Skywalker's turn to the dark side. Some could say that the original trilogy had an arcing set of characters. The Emperor, Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt. They all connected to Darth Vader and the Emperor, who at the end of the trilogy both die. The Phantom Menace had Darth Maul, Clones had Count Dooku, and Revenge of the Sith had General Grievous, each of whom played a part in commanding the forces of the Trade Federation and later the Confederacy of Independent Systems. Of course, there was an umbrella villain with Palpatine, aka Darth Sidious, aka the Emperor. But Maul, Dooku, and Grievous weren't just merchandisable fun. In fact, if taken together, they represent a different side of how Anakin Skywalker will fall to the dark side, foreshadowing his fate. Darth Maul is the first part of this theory. Like Vader, a lot of his charm came from his seething rage and silent nature. He showed up, he brooded, and you worried about how strong he was. Then he comes back in the animated Clone Wars, which I haven't seen any of. It's very disappointing because he was such a great bad guy. And then there was Count Dooku. He had a key role in 2 movies and was the prime antagonist in the animated series. He doesn't even have a canonical first name. But what he represents for Darth Vader is that of a fallen Jedi corrupted by Palpatine who strikes out at the heart and soul of Anakin and Obi-Wan and Padme. He highlights that even the greatest Jedi and Force users are susceptible to the dark side. There's even Yoda's pupil and Qui-Gon's master. He's just a 1-generation gap between the head of the Order, Yoda, and the one who pushed to find Anakin, Qui-Gon. In the 3rd movie, you have a cyborg. The only living part of Grievous seems to be his brain and his heart. He's not a Sith or Force user. He does have a fine lightsaber collection, though, which he has collected from all the dead Jedi. But he's intended to show that Anakin will not only be menacing, but an incomplete version of his human self. Superior, yes, but permanently injured. The similarities are compounded by their deaths. 2 are dismembered by Obi-Wan. Grievous in flames, and Maul in half, even though he comes back as a cyborg. Dooku loses his hands and his head. The one problem, though, with all of this is determining whether Lucas intended it. It's a distinct possibility with his history of storytelling and things that rhyme within it, but the fans have a way of building it up to hear an echo they want to hear.